number 10, Proclamation Recognizing National Trails Days 2018. Stan Vanderwerf, Commissioner, Board of County Commissioners.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. President. For those that please come on down that are going to be part of this. And at this point, yeah, please come down. At this point, I would like to enter a motion for the proclamation recognizing National Trails Day 2018. Whereas in 2018, America will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the National Trails System Act and the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. And whereas National Trails Day was founded in 1993 by the American Hiking Society and is conducted on the first Saturday in June in counties, cities, and towns throughout the United States. And whereas National Trails Day encourages the public to discover, learn about, and celebrate our local trail systems while participating in educational exhibits, trail dedications, trail hikes, instructional workshops, and trail improvement projects. And whereas the public's interest in outdoor trail opportunities, including bicycling, hiking, horseback riding, and other outdoor recreational pursuits on area trails, is one of the most popular outdoor activities among El Paso County residents and visitors. And whereas trails in El Paso County enhance the quality of life for our citizens, promote tourist activity in the region, and provide alternative transportation routes. And whereas National Trails Day provides an opportunity to thank volunteers, departments, and agencies involved with providing trail opportunities and outdoor-focused businesses for their support in developing and maintaining trails. And whereas National Trails Day is an opportunity to recognize the contributions of public and private partnerships that are involved in the building of an outstanding regional trail system. And whereas the El Paso County Parks Advisory Board, Trails and Open Space Coalition, Rocky Mountain Field Institute, the Greenway Fund, Friends of the Equestrian Skills Course, the Black Forest Trails Association, Medicine Wheel Trail Advocates, Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance, and other organizations are committed to expanding the regional trail system, improving connectivity and maintenance. And whereas El Paso County will participate in National Trails Day by hosting a trail ride with Commissioner Vanderwerf, trail repairs within Bear Creek Regional Park, a hike at Paint Mines Interpretive Park with the Aitken Audubon Society, and participation at the Great Outdoors event at Memorial Park. Now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, hereby proclaims June 2, 2018 as National Trails Day in El Paso County and encourages all citizens to participate in National Trails Day activities. Done this 31st day of May 2018 at Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, signed Darrell Glenn, President, Mark Waller, President Pro Tem, and Stan Vanderwerf, Lajinos Gonzalez Jr., and Peggy Littleton, members, and attested to and signed by Chuck Browerman, Clerk, County Clerk and Recorder.
Second.
All right.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Walken, Director of Community Services for El Paso County. Thank you very much for declaring June 2nd as National Trails Day in El Paso County. As Commissioner Vanderwerf read, whenever we poll our residents, trails are usually the #1 facility people would like to see developed within El Paso County. We have 105 miles of trails and continue to build those every year. We do have 4 special events that are occurring on National Trails Day this Saturday. Commissioner Vanderwerf mentioned the first one being that he's going to have a ride through Bear Creek Regional Park with a variety of individuals interested in equestrians and trail usage, and so we greatly appreciate that. He told me he's not been on a horse for 20 years, so we have a very tame horse for him, I hope. And
I'm coming just to watch that.
I'm sure it will go very well, I hope, again. Also, the day hike at Paint Mines Interpretive Park, always a very popular activity. The Audubon Society is involved as well, so a lot of birding discussion, but also just enjoying the natural environment within Paint Mines will be a wonderful time for those involved in that. Some trail improvement projects at Bear Creek Nature Center, and finally the Get Outdoors Colorado Day. I think this is our 3rd or 4th year. There'll be thousands of people at Memorial Park. We'll be involved in that as well. So we look forward to those activities and encourage you to go out and enjoy a trail on Saturday. I think we've got others who would like to speak as well, so I will turn it over to the mic.
All right, fantastic.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Jennifer Peterson. I'm the Executive Director of the Rocky Mountain Field Institute, a 36-year-old nonprofit environmental stewardship organization based here in Colorado Springs. Every year, we work with thousands of community volunteers to complete a wide variety of trail and restoration projects that help to conserve and protect our region's treasured public natural landscapes. From our urban city parks like Garden of the Gods and Red Rock Canyon open space, to our 14,000-foot peaks in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. I'm also here as a board member representing the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance, a fairly new nonprofit organization working to elevate the outdoor recreation industry right here in the Pikes Peak region. Both the Rocky Mountain Field Institute and the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance are proud to support El Paso County's proclamation celebrating National Trails Day this Saturday, June 2nd. The importance of trails to El Paso County and to its residents cannot be overstated. Trails provide a wide variety of health, environmental, economic, and social benefits to users and to the communities they connect. Trails create an important link between environmental sustainability, economic prosperity, and quality of life. Equally as important as our trail systems and trail infrastructure is the long-term care, maintenance, and stewardship of these natural assets. If not a priority, our trails will cease to provide the level of benefits I just described. And so I urge you to consider this point when faced with potential future decisions regarding long-term and sustainable funding for trails and public land stewardship. I want to close by letting you know about a few more events happening this Saturday, June 2nd, in celebration of National Trails Day. We've already mentioned Get Outdoors Day, Colorado Springs. And I'd also like to let you know that the Rocky Mountain Field Institute is leading a collaborative work day in Palmer Park, where volunteers will be completing critical trail improvements to a very popular trail in that park. Thank you for your time and your support of our county's trail systems.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Eileen Healy, and on behalf of the Trails and Open Space Coalition, I'd like to thank the Board of County Commissioners for recognizing National Trails Day. We're grateful for El Paso County's recognition of the importance of trails in their master plan, and in particular, the upcoming construction of the Ute Pass Regional Trail. The Ute Pass Regional Trail forms a critical connection in the larger Ring the Peak Trail, which is a major project of the Trails and Open Space Coalition, and a state-designated top priority trail. We worked with El Paso County during the long and successful public process for the Ute Pass Regional Trail, and we're eager to see the project completed. We'd like to thank El Paso County Parks for our close partnership, which enables us together to protect and improve a resource which enhances the health, economic vitality, well-being, and our standing in the region, state, and nation. Thank you again.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good morning. My name is Christine Loewenberg, and I'm with the Greenway Fund. The Greenway Fund is a relatively young nonprofit in the region advocating for waterways and greenways throughout. Our geographic interest is in the Fountain Creek watershed. We support this proclamation, and thank you for doing it. On this 50th anniversary of National Trails Day, the Greenway Fund recognizes the economic importance of these types of natural capital and outdoor recreation resources to our local economy, as do the others who are here today. National forest lands alone contribute more than $13 billion to the national economy and support over 205,000 jobs annually. Regionally, we see comparable impacts. Trails allow us to access and protect our beautiful and unique landscape. According to the Greenway Fund's 2018 Economic Impact Study of Greenways throughout the Pikes Peak region, which we're in the process of releasing right now, there are common non-property benefits to our local residents that include improved health care through daily recreation and non-motorized transportation opportunities. Each resident who lives near or has the opportunity to enjoy our greenways and trails reaps this benefit. Today, we are reminded that the ongoing care and maintenance and protection of our natural capital and the beauty therein is essential, and we encourage this group, as well as our local community, to continue seeking out opportunities for relevant initiatives and projects that meet the objectives. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today.
Great, thank you.
Good morning, County Commissioners. Thank you very much for your support of this proclamation. My name is Cory Sotelo. I'm the board president of Medicine Wheel Trail Advocates, and we're a 100% volunteer nonprofit that's been building trail in our region since 1991. Trails in county parks like Bear Creek and Black Forest create the identity of our organization and of our recreation system, and are a reason why people choose to move to live in our region. The Bear Creek and Jones Park area is a jewel in the system, and through the struggles that we've had up there, I really want to recognize the county for stepping up and showing some leadership and helping us to regain access for all users in that area. It was really great to have the county involved and to accelerate regained access up there. And the completion of that work will enable our organization to finish our Lake Moraine Trail, which is a 20-year project that will connect the Bar Trail system with Jones Park. It will be a regional and national draw for users. All of these trails are essential to our work as Medicine Wheel, and so we really want to thank you for considering the proclamation. Now switching my hat metaphorically a little bit, I'm also a volunteer advocacy chair for Bike Colorado Springs. We're a program initiative of the Trails and Open Space Coalition, and we focus a little more on the transportation aspect of cycling and connection to our recreation amenities. And again, I want to highlight the importance of regional trails like the Bear Creek Regional Trail, Fountain Creek, Rock Island, and especially the upcoming work on the Ute Pass Regional Trail. These trails make up the critical backbone of our non-motorized transportation system and provide our citizens with transportation options. The last thing I want to mention is that through all of these public processes we go through, they're long, they're tough, they're sometimes contentious public processes, and I think as with all good compromises, we don't get everything that we want, but our groups always feel that our input is valued and heard and considered, and we feel that every stakeholder has a chance to have input for those. So I really want to recognize Mr. Wolkin and Jason Meyer and all the team at El Paso County Parks for the hard work that they do. Thank you very much for the consideration.
Great, thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak out on such an important day for not only our community, but other communities with trail systems all across our country. My name is Debbie Bibb. I'm president of Friends of the Equestrian Skills Course. We've been working for several years now to bring into fruition the Equestrian Skills Course at Bear Creek Regional Park. National Trails Day is a chance for us to celebrate the trails we have and also talk about why it's important that we continue to preserve our current trails, develop new trails, and envision new open spaces for our community as it develops and grows. As an equestrian and a trail runner, I've covered almost 400 miles on trails throughout the Pikes Peak region and Rocky Mountains in the last 3 months. A little tired. To myself and many of my friends, trails are not just paths through a park. They are not just a way to get from one place to another, but they are gateways to adventure. They are keys that unlock the wilderness, they build our self-confidence, and help us understand our capabilities and potential. For my generation and other generations to come, it's important that we continue to give people the opportunity to explore and build their confidence through trail adventures. This begins with simple trails through a park and builds up to extreme mountain adventures. All the trails are important. Friends of the Equestrian Skills Course is focused on building the skills equestrians need to be confident and capable trail riders sharing the trails with others. The Equestrian Skills Course that you, the county commissioners, approved in Bear Creek Regional Park with their new master plan a few years ago, gives all trail riders and trail users a place to learn from each other and gives each user group a chance to exist on the trail with each other and understand each other's needs and desires. Thank you for that. Please keep supporting trails and recognizing how important they are to our physical health, our mental health, and the potential future generations. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday and getting you on a horse again. Thanks.
Excellent. And in case I forget, if you came up to the microphone, if you could sign in too before you leave, greatly appreciate it. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. I'm Cheryl Pixley. I'm Vice President of the Black Forest Trails Association. In accordance with the theme of the day, I'd like to point out that trails are especially important to children and families. Black Forest Trails Association's goal is to connect the trails and county parks, and our focus is on the north part of the El Paso County. We appreciate your support, particularly of our efforts to obtain trail corridors in new land developments that come before the county commissioners. I wanted to thank you for your support of National Trails Day and the excellent work that's being done by the county parks staff. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? All right, great. We'll bring it back up here for comment, and we will approve this. Commissioner Waller.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I was out at Paint Mines last week, so apparently I was just a week early for the hike that's coming up this weekend. And actually, I took a picture of the parking lot while I was out there because I was going to share it with Tim. I was out there last Saturday afternoon, well, I guess early afternoon, and the parking lot was completely full. In fact, the first parking lot was so full I had to drive to the second parking lot. So I don't know what we're doing out there, but we're doing it correctly. It's good to see that utilized by so many members of our community. And it's, it's a bit of a haul to get out to the paint mine. So I was really happy to see, see the number of people that were enjoying it. So happy to support this resolution. I think parks and open space are certainly a great thing for our community.
Excellent. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too am very supportive of this. I've told my story before. I moved back because of just the being up into nature, the outdoors. This is an area where people love to move back to and or grow up here because of the greenway, the open space, the parks that we have, and you've done a great job in the Parks Department. So thank you and all the departments that we have that support these. And I love getting out there and hiking myself. So I've not been on a horse ever, but I will do the hiking. Thanks.
There's always a first.
Always a first.
Commissioner Littleton.
Thanks. So I think I'm going to take my grandson out to go to Bear Creek this Saturday morning. we have to go watch Commissioner Vanderwerf try to ride a horse. It should provide some interesting entertainment. I did hike the paint mines last year with my grandson on Mother's Day. Fantastic place, and loved it. I've been out there a couple other times with him. Also had the opportunity to, a couple of years ago, hike up to Jones Park and take the trail before it was decommissioned. Hopefully, one of these days, we will get to reverse that and undecommission part of our trail, but I'm glad that Tim pressed forward, worked with our Forest Service to complete the trail that they said they would complete with the funds that were allocated towards them. Tim is such an advocate for our trails and our open space and supporting things. So, Tim, thank you so much for the work that you do for that. And you guys get the award for the most patient group of the day.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. I would like to, first off, thank all of the fantastic nonprofits, some of whom are here today and have spoken, that work on our trails and park system. This obviously is one of those golden jewels, crown jewels of our community, and I think we're all very, very proud of them. I'd also like to thank our Parks Department. They do an outstanding job. And not all the time they have every penny that they need to do the work. So they're very careful and very frugal with that money, and they make that money go as far as possible. But I think it is important also to notice that, but I think everybody here does know this, that the county does invest in its parks. We've worked very hard on that Jones Park access. That was a contentious public issue in the past, and now we have trails through there that are doing their job. And that is a very important part of El Paso County because the historic trail to the top of Pikes Peak goes through there. So we've worked in there. We're investing in Rainbow Falls, a small park now in the Manitou Springs area. Not a trivial amount of money, an area that had been neglected in the past, but last summer was seeing 300 visitors a day, which is amazing to me. That's a big number. And we now have a new park up in the Palmer Lake area, a new park that we've added to our system, and that also represents, I think, a substantial investment, plus the improvements we've done in other parks, like in the Fountain area. And I'll also mention, I find this interesting, I didn't know this, but 2 other commissioners walked recently in paint mines, and I can tell you, 10 days ago, I also went out there and hiked in paint mines. So here we are, 3 of the 5 commissioners going out to paint mines and checking that out. So we use our parks. We like them as well, and I think that's important to notice that. I will also, one couple last things is, last fall we had a ballot measure that the citizens overwhelmingly approved, and there was $1.5 million in there for additional park funding. That money to be leveraged so that we could obtain grants from other sources, and that was leveraged, I think it was into something more than $4 million above and beyond the current parks budget so that we could do some of this work. And one last point I think is important. I work with the Outdoor Recreation Alliance, working on designing a strategic plan for Pikes Peak so that we can do the things we need to do with Pikes Peak, protect the resources that are there, but also improve access to the mountain for several different kinds of industries. And that work is ongoing now, and I'm happy to say that the Forest Service is intending on using the output from those citizen activities working through Outdoor Recreation Alliance. They'll use the output of that for their strategic plan that they're going to, I think, develop, I think, in 2020. So we're going to have a great vehicle for citizen input for the National Forest planning process that's going to take place in a couple of years. So these are all great things that we do in the county. We care about our parks. We know the citizens care about our parks. I'm just thrilled that we have several representatives here, both on the private nonprofit side and our own team. And I'm just thrilled that we are doing this proclamation. Thanks.
All right, great. Any further comments before we vote? Excellent. All right, I will call the roll. Commissioner Littleton.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Aye.
Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller.
Aye.
President votes aye. That passes unanimously. All right, we'll stand in recess to take a picture. Thank you.
Take another picture.
It's exercise.